Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 2 of the Attainables, the series where I take a squad of all attainable cards into Showdown to try to compete and prove that we can compete in Showdown with just attainable cards, and you can too. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. And let's check out the team. We do have a couple of additions to make to the team, but as y'all can see, I have changed the team a bit as of last episode, in that I took out all of the previous event reward cards that were attainable, as well as level 40 Tim Duncan from last season, mostly because those cards are not attainable anymore. And the comments seemed pretty unanimous that they didn't think those cards should be in the lineup anymore because they cannot be attained as of now. That being said, I may add an event card or two from this event to this lineup and leave them in the team for a couple episodes next week, and then take them out once the event ends again. Y'all let me know what y'all's thoughts would be on that in the comment section down below, because I'd love to do an episode where I add Cedric Maxwell, maybe an episode where I add another card or something as well in this festival, and then I guess I could take them out of the lineup later on when they're no longer available. If that seems reasonable to y'all, let me know. But we've got a couple of big additions to make, one of which I think y'all are going to like a lot, one of which might be a bit controversial. So we'll start with the first addition, which is going to be a point guard by the name of Ron Harper. I have not done gameplay with this card as I record this video yet, although I am recording a gameplay with him that will be dropping today. It may already be out by the time y'all see this. This Ron Harper I bought for an extra like 10,000 MT, but I bought him because he has Hoff set shot specialist, shifty shooter, limitless range, and Deadeye. Ron Harper doesn't come with good base Hoff shooting badges, so getting a couple of those Hoff badges will help. We're going to try him as our backup point guard here. I think him having the size and defense that he provides when I already have decent scoring on my bench is going to be more valuable than Alex Caruso, considering he's a bit taller, and I think his jumper's probably a little bit better off the catch and shoot as well. So it's my first time using this card as I record this video, so we'll see. If I don't like him a lot, he probably won't stay, but he's a card who looked really interesting from this drop that I haven't tried yet, and I wanted to give him a spot because we have a point guard hole a little bit there with size anyway, and I think Ron Harper might fill that a little bit better than Caruso does. But the big boy upgrade for this episode is one of the very best attainable cards in the game, and I thought, might as well. I got 3 million MT. I'm gonna go pick up the best attainable card in the game, which pretty much I think this dude is. Dikembe Mutombo. He is absolutely the man. 100% was worth picking up, and I bought Dikembe earlier today for right at like 510,000 MT. You can get him cheaper than 500k base. I paid just over 500. I hope y'all aren't mad at me. Doesn't have the greatest badges there, but he's got legend set shot, legend posterizer, legend rise up, and pretty much all the key Hall of Fame badges. I may even add a badge or two on him. I haven't even looked at him yet as of right now, and even badged him out, so I may potentially add a couple of badges. Like, for example, I have a couple Hoff break starters. I'll add that just to make him a little bit better. I don't think it hurts to add a couple of badges to gold in the Hall of Fame, and obviously you can do the same, but I do want him to be as complete as possible. Shifty, I have 2 legends and 2 Hoffs, and I do like shooting fades, so I think I'll put that on Hoff, and then Unpluckable I'm not going to waste a Hoff on. So that is every single badge. Now Dikembe is pretty much fully badged. Couple of all gold badges, sure, but he's extremely complete. Pretty much has every single important Hall of Fame badge and some good legend badges as well. So a really big card. I think he's a huge centerpiece player for this type of a team. I think if you are an attainable to play type player, getting Dikembe and saving the MT for him is worth it. He is a guy you can absolutely get, and with how many free pieces are involved in this event as well, if you want MT to get cards and build an attainable squad from this event, there's a lot of free pieces that are and will be available throughout this event, so make sure you're taking advantage of this festival event to build your MT stack if that is what you are trying to do. That being said, this is going to be the lineup for our first showdown game of this series, so without further ado, enough yapping about the team. We're only in tier 4 because I haven't played showdown on this account in a while, but I am in pretty high tier skill-based matchmaking, so I wouldn't be surprised if I do get a sweaty game, even though I am only in tier 4. May even get a tier 1. We'll see. That being said, I'm excited to try out the team. Let's hop into a game. Let's see what the Attainables can do. All right, hopping into the, holy smokes, hopping into the game. We're going up against Jokic, KD, Pettit, Wilt, and Wemby. I mean, I wanted to play against a good squad. Boy, oh boy, do we have ourselves one here. Is this dude a tier 1 player as well? He is. I apologize for that background audio. I didn't realize I had the audio on from the UFC fight. That's all that was, but y'all ain't hear that anyway. It don't matter. Let's try to lock in. This dude's a tier 1 player. Tier 1, I told y'all, tier 4 doesn't matter. I have very high tier skill-based matchmaking on this account. I've been playing on it all year, and so we're definitely going to get ourselves a sweat, and we got exactly that. So I told y'all these dudes can compete against top tier cards. Let's find out. I'm not promising I'm going to win this game by any means, and I'm okay with losing. It does happen, especially when you're at a team disadvantage. It will happen sometimes. That being said, I do fully believe this team can come out here and compete. I think we got enough scoring, especially in our starting lineup, to really compete. Bench-wise, it might be a little bit tougher, but I have a lot of confidence in the starters. Guys like Josh Childress and Michael Beasley can really come out here and hoop, and I think we've got enough spacing. I think we've pretty much got enough size, to be honest, especially with how souped up both Josh Childress and Michael Beasley are in terms of their badges. And when he shoots a shot like that, that's just quality defense, and that's a good box out. We're out in transition. I don't feel like we have any huge size deficiencies here. I mean, obviously Jokic at point guard is the best point guard in the game. Like, that's not a matchup that we want to see by any means, but at the same time, Denny Avdia at 6'9", quality defender, especially as badged out as he is as well. And if y'all want to see the badges on some of these cards, go check out the first video I did in this series where I basically went over all the cards that I got for this team. So I do think that's actually worth checking out as well if you are interested. But like Denny Avdia, Josh Childress, Michael Beasley are not close to base cards, but we got them for good prices, and that's what really makes these guys top tier, is when they have badges and they're badged out to the level of these more top tier cards. Sure, their animations might not be quite as perfect, but they're definitely going to do their thing and compete at a very high level. Obviously, I did not want to jump there. I did not jump personally with Dikembe, but he decided to go up anyway. So I guess it is what it is. Either way, let's see what happens. Push the ball up the court here. I got nothing. I'm going to back it up. We're going to reset here and just see if we can like use our escape potentially to create some space. And I get bumped by the CPU. That's tough. All right. Tie ball game to start the game off. It is all right. We do definitely have ourselves a sweat here. I mean, tier 1 player who's clearly a good, pretty solid player, and I get blown. That's one of those where you just can't do much about that. Hey, I'm not sitting here telling y'all cards don't matter at all. I'd be lying to say that. I don't want the message here to be changed from you can compete against top tier cards to cards don't matter at all, because they absolutely do, and I do think that is worth keeping in mind. At the same time, I do think these cards can compete. That is just not very good offense right there, and that my spacing's pretty poor, and unfortunately Pettit's gonna wind up with a dunk. Okay, he just trolled because he had a wide open dunk, and he still manages to hold on to the board. I mean, that's just tough. I'm gonna be honest. There's not a lot you can really do about that one, is there? Tried to reach myself into that lane. It's fine. He's probably gonna try to. What is he doing? I'm shocked he didn't just swing it to Pettit there. All right, well, not the greatest start to the game, but I'm sure we can find our groove. All right, time to go score the basketball. I do wish, I really wish Beasley had Darius Garland dribble style. That's probably my only real complaint about the card, is that at this point in the year, the later we get, the more it'd be really nice to have that. Nice downhill drive though, and don't forget, he is just as elite a slasher as he is a shooter, and we do manage to knock in that dunk right there and cut it right back to a 2-point game. That's good offense. That's really good use of the crossover right there. But Denny's playing good D. He's competing for sure. That's quality defense, and we're up here with Dikembe. Not gonna let him shoot over us, at least not easily. You know, that's the type of shot that if he makes it, he makes it. I really can't do much to contest it, to be totally honest. So I would expect him to X-switch this. He does. It's a quality X-switch. This guy's clearly a good player, by the way. He's not just a good team. So I do think that's worth keeping in mind as well. And I want to give him credit for that, because I think some people will not always give the opponent credit if they have a good team. This dude does seem like he's a pretty solid player and looks like he knows what he's doing so far. So we're going to see how this one goes, man. If we are able to win this game, I honestly will be a little bit surprised. Not like super, yeah, I'll be a little surprised. Not like completely and utterly stud, but I don't know if it's particularly like super likely is what I'll say. I do think this dude's clearly very good at the game, and his cards are very, very good as well. So that does make it a little bit tough for sure, but we're going to do the best we can. We're going to try our best to come out here with a win, and we're going to see what happens, right? We're going to live with the result. That's going to be a great quick stop and a 3 and an easy bucket too. I'm so lucky he missed that, because that was a great move and a great shot, and he deserved to score there. Go middle here, swing it. I hit the wrong icon. It's all right. We got a pro 2. We got the fade, wide open 3, green. That's a good shot. It's a 2. Still nearly ties up the game. 1-point game at the end of 1. I mean, it certainly could be worse until I give up a wide open. No, thank you. That would have been tough, but all right. 1-point game. It certainly could be worse. All right, second quarter starts. We get to see his bench. It is very, very good. It is Dr. J, LaMelo, both, I believe, Invincibles. Zach Edey, Tim Duncan, and Zach Edey's not quite as good as an Invincible. Who is that at small forward? I don't know who that is. Oh, that's Jermaine O'Neal. Okay, so, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's not a very good team, because it absolutely is. let's see what happens, honestly. Standing, yo, Denny, that's not the animation I wanted you to get, brother, but I'll take the finish. I mean, layup is 2 points is 2 points, right? At the end of the day, we take the lead. I'm gonna give my starters about another minute, and then we're gonna bring in the bench, maybe 2 minutes or so. He just cooked me and absolutely trolled himself, because that is a wide open shot. You don't have to burst out of that at all, and he just made the mistake there of trying to do too much, to be totally honest, which I've done that a million times. I mean, not to guilt him or fault him too much, but that's tough. It's only our first foul of the quarter, so it doesn't matter too much, but I don't need to show this entire game. I may not show quite as much of the second quarter, but I know y'all enjoy these videos, and let me know if they're too long. I would be happy to cut out more and do a little bit less commentary and stuff, if that's what y'all want to see. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are in the comments, but I do want to like upload this relatively consistently, because I think this type of content is interesting for people, and it's helpful to, like, if you have the skill, you can compete even with worse cards. You know what I mean? It's not as easy. I'm not like, again, I don't want this to be a thing where it goes, where you go like, I don't want you to hear from me, oh, the reason you're losing to these God Squads is because you suck. Like, that obviously is not the message I want to give people or anything like that, but I do want to encourage people that it is possible to compete even if you don't have the best cards. And like, a large part of it is, number one, skill, and number two, I mean, just like using the right cards as well, building a lineup that is built to do the things you're trying to do well on the court, and being smart with your team, making sure you have the right skill sets and having enough guys of each skill set and the right amount of size and stuff like that. If you want to compete, you can do it without the best cards, that is for sure, and the most expensive cards as well. So that being said, that's gonna go in, isn't it? I didn't step up on that quite well enough. I should have been a little higher, but I need to bring my bench in, so we're gonna do that here in a second. Oh my goodness, Beasley, and why am I spiked? Yo, 2K, y'all can't sell me there. That's a 7-point lead if I knock that down, and they make me spike. And I gotta switch this early. Thank you, at least I switched it well. That's good, and he's gonna get a standing dunk out of it, but why is Dikembe jumping? All right, I don't even know if I have my bench set up to come in properly. In fact, I clearly do not, so like at all. I should literally probably call a timeout to sub my bench in, but instead we're gonna see if we can get a bucket here, and then we'll bring the bench in. Stop and pop. Denny Avdia jumper is money, and he greens it. I wish that was a 3, but that's what Denny provides. He's got size, defense, and a shot, and those are his skill sets. And you know what? Let's bring the bench in the game and see if they can see if we can keep it close and maybe even maintain our lead. We'll see. Alrighty, bench time. This might be tough. I mean, he's got his starters in against my bench. This is going to be a challenge. That was a really nice dunk, by the way, by Ron Harper. That's the way to start us off. Unfortunately, I don't know if I have the size at all to guard this lineup. Like, the problem with this bench is, and I'm gonna have to change some cards on this team probably to make the bench a little more suitable. Like, realistically, Cedric Maxwell's the type of card you kind of need on this type of team, because his 6'8" frame is a lot more valuable than Jalen Williams at 6'5". But at least Jalen Williams got SIGs, so hopefully he can do some things on the court. I really need him to, so let's see what happens. Hit it in here. Artist, that's what Artist provides. He's big, and he's going to finish and dunk at a high level. And luckily, Chet, one of the things I really like about Chet is his switchability onto a guy like Wemby. That's why I have him filling that backup power forward with no Tim Duncan, because of his ability to compete in that type of a matchup. And that's a block. That's not, oh my goodness, 2K. That's, oh, a terrible decision by him. Again, he had the 3 off the screen. This dude seems like he's a good player, but he's predetermining what he wants to do on a lot of his moves instead of taking what the defense gives him. And honestly, that should have been a stop right there. And he is very lucky to have gotten 2 points out of that possession, to be totally honest. As much as I'm not super confident about this J-Dub card, he is easily my best scorer overall right now. So I kind of think I need to play through him, at least to a certain extent. We're going to try to drop step Wemby and get a dunk or a layup. That'll work. Artist Gilmore kind of doing it right now, to be totally honest. Two quick buckets on the inside. And that's what the value I need him to provide. You know what I mean? I want him to be this elite level, high level, versatile interior scorer and versatile defender as well. And as long as he provides those 2 things, I'm good with this card. You know what I mean? So again, we're gonna let Jalen Williams run the offense, because in all honesty, I mean, he's kind of the only one who can really be out here shot creating. He doesn't have the behind the back, but at least he's got everything else. Tyrus Thomas, I would really like if he had a better skate. He doesn't have the right hezzy, but that's okay, because we get a wide open 3 and I miss it. Oh my. That's a terrible pass. What are you doing? This dude's a tier 1 player, and he does have some skill, no doubt about it. I don't want to sit here and say he's trash, but I am a little disappointed by some of the decisions he has made, and that was a really bad one right there. Getting baited out the corner. We retake a 5-point lead, and Tyrus, you're the biggest defender we got, so you're putting on Jokic. You got to come out here and compete as best you can. Make him work. Guard the Garland as best you can. Contest as best. I mean, there's only so much you can do against that release. It's the reason Pettit's my favorite card in the game, but we're lucky he missed it. So we'll take it. Go corner here. Fake the fade. Hopefully he jumps. He doesn't jump, so that's fine. We'll just reset the offense. I do want to bring J-Dub to me if I can, because again, you have to, one of the things is you got to know your personnel, and in a game, I don't have a behind the back, so you got to know your personnel. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know my personnel right there. Didn't realize I didn't have behind the back, and I get blocked because of it because he's tired. That's my own fault. I know I got a bad animation right there. A lot of people will be mad at the animation. It's a bad animation, sure. It's my own fault for putting myself in the situation to waste my stamina at the same time as well. And so like there, I could have been better. You know what I mean? And I think that's an important thing to note is, especially when you're at a disadvantage, you have to be perfect or closer to perfect because you are at a team disadvantage. But as long as you know what you're doing, you got to learn how to play this game. It's not just basketball, but it's not like it's a mix of things. But you got to learn how to figure out how to like play the game at a high level. And I mean, it takes some time for people who are struggling, and I understand people are struggling, but you'll get it if you're consistent with it. I tried to come off that in Pro 2 Fade and I got stuck in Dr. J's body. There's not really a ton I could do there with that much time left besides maybe call a timeout, but I'm not quite that locked, to be fair. Is that Hito? This dude subbed out Jokic? Are you serious? Oh, he subbed in his bench, but he put Hito in instead of LaMelo. Oh, he's like trying to go uber size. I see. I get it. Okay, that's a steal. This game is just he's kind of getting blessed right now, which is kind of crazy considering he's got the much better team, but I guess it is what it is. That's amazing prediction right there. Great quality defense, and know your anticipation. This dude's kind of starting to stress. He thought he had an open shot there and he's putting it up with like overshooting basically. Come off of this, he's gonna play the three. Yep. And Ron Harper to the rim. I don't have SIGs with him, so I gotta not try to dribble too much. It's the thing, y'all will see me do way too much in gameplays and be like, damn, this dude stinks. It's like a lot of playing this game is just knowing what your players do well and playing to that specifically. And if you're put your player in a position where I'm over dribbling with Ron Harper, I'm probably not going to score. You know what I mean? And I just got to know my personnel. He's out there for defense. He's out there to provide a little more size than Caruso does, and he's not going to be this off the dribble guy, and that's okay. My best off the dribble guy is J-Dub. I don't, to be totally honest, know my personnel that well because I'm not sure if he's got Pro 2 Fade or not. He actually does. I can pump fake here and just reset. We'll just be smart here. We don't got to force anything. He's probably going to switch it. He does switch it. He's there. He's going to jump. I pump faked. I appreciate them giving me the foul. He did X switch it. I slipped the screen properly and I pump faked. I didn't want to go up. I knew he was going to jump because Hito was a step behind me, and we're able to get ourselves to the free throw line and get a bucket. And 35-28 right now. I do apologize, by the way, if I'm yapping. I'm trying to like teach people how to play this game a little bit as well as I do this type of video, because people want to compete and do well with lower tier teams. So I'm trying to help as best as I can in terms of talking y'all through my thought process and the things you have to be able to do. So hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully I'm not annoying y'all with my yapping. I do my best, I promise. Jump there with Jalen Williams to try to get as best of a contest we can. We actually did get a contest. We got a week, but you know what? It is what it is. Now we can finally bring the starters back in. The bench did exactly what they were supposed to, which was hold their own. And realistically, I'm not going to have the slip here, so I'm going to reset the screen, come off of it, and then slip it late. Hope he slips behind. He doesn't, but he jumped and get it off. Oh my goodness, Artis, you got to get that up quicker, Artis. It is what it is. We'll live. I'm not going to flip or anything, but that is a frustrating one right there because I don't actually think I really did anything wrong right there, and he just got a very slow layup animation, but it is what it is. Fourth quarter coming up, and like I said, this is going to be a longer video because I'm probably going to commentate most of this fourth quarter as well. Again, if y'all think this video is too long, let me know in the comments. I will try to cut it down in the future. I don't really want Beasley guarding LaMelo, to be totally honest. I would rather just have it guarded the way that it's supposed to be right now with Denny, to be totally honest. But good defensive possession by Beasley, to be totally honest. Now we got to be aware of what Jermaine can do, which is Pro 2, and I still gave it up. Oof. Yeah, he doesn't have the best jumper, but he's got Pro 2, and I knew that, and I should have blitzed the screen and switched it and made him take a 2 or make a decision, and I didn't do that, and that's on me. It doesn't let me drag back here. I don't have a behind the back with Josh Childress. I got to learn some of these cards a little more, to be totally honest, because like Josh Childress doesn't have behind the back, but I triggered a behind the back there. Basically wasted a little bit of stamina and wasted some time as well. So there's some things I'm definitely going to have to learn. He's just going right by me and going to the rim. Unfortunate. That's not a good turn there, those two possessions, to be totally honest. That was a pretty painful way to lose the lead, but we're gonna go get a standing dunk, and we got an angle on Denny, or on LaMelo, and with the size advantage and the standing dunk, that's what Denny provides, the size and the finishing, and he gets to the rim and finishes. This is why I call him the best attainable point guard in the game, because his size and defense when he is badged is just so high level, and then he's got a jumper to boot, and he's gonna go to the rim and dunk when he's not jumping, when he's not shooting the jumper. That's so bad. Dikembe is such a good defensive card, and it's like he's standing in quicksand for no reason. I don't know. I'm not trying to be, I know y'all don't love it when I complain, but stuff like that just doesn't make a lot of sense considering Dikembe's a lot faster than Zach Edey, but Zach Edey literally runs by him like he's not even there. Chrono Crab, steal. Yep. I'm going to lose this game. I'm going to lose this game. I tried to bait it and he threw it early and he missed. Holy smokes, that is lucky. All right, well, let's run the floor. We have an open 3 here probably. He's going to have to jump. He's not going to jump. Are you serious? You know what? Shout out to you, brother. I respect it. Jump again, please. He's not jumping. Go get a dunk. Come on, Miles. I need it, Miles. That's a huge bucket right there. Big turn of events that he missed that open shot because that was probably the game, to be totally honest, or at least that was going to put us in a tough spot with Dr. J if he made that, but he didn't. So that's all right. We're still in the game. Step with Childress. Childress, you're a lot cheaper. I know. That don't really matter. You got to play D. And he missed. We got to contest. That's all you can ask for. Sometimes great cards are going to make hard shots. If he made that, it kind of is what it is, but this time he didn't. And so I appreciate the game for not letting it go in. Back it up here. I want a score to come to me. Not that Miles Turner isn't a scorer. Can I dribble, please, dude? Let me move, man. Come off a screen with Garland. Kick it to Beasley. Drive through. Stick dunk. Come on, Bees. No way he gets blocked. Ooh, that's a tough spot in the game to get blocked. I got to be totally honest, man. That is a unfortunate one, but all right, minute 15 left. I haven't done much with Dikembe all game. He's got a speed advantage here. This dude doesn't have his starters in the game. I got to take advantage of it. Space the floor. Go by him. Jump. He did jump. Thank you. I was going to say. I had him, and the animations I've been getting are kind of strange. Good freaking defense, Dikembe. Way to make a play, and great anticipation as well. Don't turn the ball over. Back it up here. Let's go here, behind the back, push cross, stop and pop. Edey's slow, green bean, Michael Beasley. That's why Beasley's on the court right there. The jumper that you can get off and green with great consistency, even a small gap, and that is how you do it right there. A dunk, or sorry, a layup, an anticipation steal, and a bucket, and that puts us in an opportunity here to control and hopefully win this game. Step as high as you can here and do your best to not give up a 3. I'm jumping at the fade as well. I'll give up the 2. That's fine. I'm giving that up. That of all things is what we want to give up there because it still keeps it a 3-point game. Even if I don't score here, puts us in a position where he has to get a 3 off, and that's going to be tough. So now I'm literally just trying to get a dunk, which I just got. If the game doesn't hold me, and it doesn't, you just got to hope the game doesn't hold you. I could have been patient there, and I probably would have had a wide open 3 with Dikembe too, which might even be a higher percentage shot, or at least the same percentage pretty much, because I could obviously get blocked. But step here, contest as best you can, and I'm jumping at the mid-range. That's fine. We're good. Step. He's going to shoot. I should have. That's bad anticipation by me. Get to Wemby. Good. If he throws it to Wemby, I'm jumping, by the way. Switch it. Good. Let's jump. Game. GG's, buddy. And that right there is how you beat a Uber God squad with a team that's not nearly as expensive nor nearly as good, but can still absolutely get the job done. And Beasley with an absolute freaking exclamation point. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I just commentated the entire second half. I need a drink of water. That was a lot of talking. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I'm not saying every episode will be this competitive or this good of a team that we're playing against, but we just beat a tier 1 absolute God squad. Very, very capable player as well, with a team that costs, I mean, a absolute fraction of his. Again, good squad for sure. Not the same story though. Only shot 8 threes, but sometimes that's what you got to do. Take what the defense is giving you. I didn't feel like my dribbling inputs were all that good. We did a great job of getting to the rim and finishing with high efficiency, and that's why we won. Extremely high efficiency and pretty quality defense. And hey, we managed to find ourselves a win. And Michael Beasley, Denny Avdia, Dikembe Mutombo, Artis Gilmore, Josh Childress, Ron Harper, Miles Turner, and Chet. Everybody but J-Dub and Tyrus Thomas scored. All right, well, there you go. Probably going to look to replace J-Dub. I'm not going to lie. Next episode might be the Cedric Maxwell debut because he is a dog and he needs to be on this team. Until y'all make me take him off this team, because I'm sure the comments are going to make me take him off once the festival ends. But that card needs to be on this team, at least for the time being, because he will replace J-Dub's lack of size and make this team even stronger. And I can move Childress to the bench. I mean, this team's going to be cold. That being said, it's going to do it for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed the longer one. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.